So with the passing of David Lynch, I wanted to just share my thoughts and reflections on his life. I worked for the David Lynch Foundation for some time back in 2014, 2015, and in no way do I want to imply that David and I had some kind of special relationship or bond. I met the man twice, very briefly, in passing. I'm sure he had absolutely no idea who I was, but obviously he had a tremendous impact on the world, not just through his art and his filmmaking, but through bringing transcendental meditation to so many people's lives, including my own. When I was 23 years old, I was working in Los Angeles, and my boss at the time practiced transcendental meditation. He had learned at the David Lynch Foundation. For those of you who don't know, the David Lynch Foundation is a nonprofit started by the filmmaker, the mission being bringing meditation to at-risk populations around the world, bringing programming and projects and learning of meditation to so many people, including myself. So when I had this job in Los Angeles, my boss was meditating. My job was extremely stressful, particularly because of my boss. But my boss at least recognized that and said to me one day, you know, Shane, you have a really stressful job. You should meditate. So very generously, he set me up with a teacher at the David Lynch Foundation who taught me transcendental meditation. I thought my life would change in a flash when I learned to meditate. I thought that, you know, I'd become one of these monk-like people who could levitate or make myself hot and sweaty in like below freezing temperatures. It turns out it's not like that at all. What happened to me is that I just had sort of a relaxing experience, and that was it. And because of that, it didn't really stick. I didn't really continue the practice daily as they suggest. In fact, I didn't really meditate much at all after that. However, a few months later, I was going through a really turbulent time personally. I had a lot of family stuff going on. My job was coming to an end. I was going through a breakup with somebody that I was living with. It just sort of felt like my whole world was sort of crumbling, and I didn't know what to do. And I was really struggling. So I thought to myself, you know, I have this tool of transcendental meditation. I know how to do it. They say if you do it every day, it really does have all these amazing benefits. Why not try it? So every day for a month, I meditated, twice a day actually. And after that month, something really significant changed. Now, mind you, everything in my life was the same. I was still going through family troubles. I was still going through a breakup. I was still losing a job. But the thing that did change was my perspective and my mood. So what I did after that was I reached out to the David Lynch Foundation and I asked for a job. Actually, I begged for a job. I wanted so badly to give other people this tool that I had received, this way of changing your outlook on life and your mood and your experience. I really wanted other people to have this peace and this calm in their lives. But the foundation was based in New York. I was living in Los Angeles. Also, they didn't have any jobs available. So what did I do? I moved to New York anyway. I just so badly knew that this is what I was supposed to do with my life, and this is what I was supposed to do at the time. I didn't have a place to live, but I did have incredible friends. Thank you to Pam and Allison for putting me up on your couch for so long as I waited and tried to get a job. They actually let me crash for a very long time, like almost too long. Some friends are really great friends. But after about a month or two of being in New York, a job did open up. I was hired by the incredible executive director, and I was hired by the foundation to produce a lot of the fundraisers and galas and events that the nonprofit held. Keep in mind, David Lynch was usually very involved in the foundation, but at this particular time, he was off writing the revamp for Twin Peaks, so he wasn't around that often. And like I said, I only met the man twice, once in the office and once backstage at an event. Both times were very brief. Like I said, I don't think it had much of an impact on him, but of course it had an impact on me. I mean, for me, I was meeting David Lynch. I also want to mention, I went to film school, so David Lynch was always a big name that was thrown around, but at this point I had only ever seen Elephant Man and some random scenes from Blue Velvet that we watched in, you know, cinematography classes and things like that. By no means was I a David Lynch fan. I was a fan of meditation. But of course, now that I'm working at the David Lynch Foundation, I start to dive into his movies, paintings, his sculptures, his art installations, his music, his books. I really became sort of a student of David Lynch's work. Look, you don't need me to tell you how influential David Lynch is as an artist. I think David Lynch is on a tier of people that is not quite human, you know, more alien. I think it's like the three Davids: David Bowie, David Byrne, and David Lynch. They are the three alien Davids of our time. Again, I'm not trying to pretend that he and I had some special friendship or bond. Both of our interactions combined was probably shorter than it takes for you to brush your teeth. But the lasting impact that he has had on my life is so meaningful and so powerful that I'm so grateful to this man and his life and his legacy, and here's why. One, his foundation gave me a job so that I could move off of my friend's couch and get my own apartment and really love the work that I was doing in the world. Two, he gave me the gift of meditation, which has been the single most important part of my daily life for the past 13 years. Without the foundation, the teachers who work there, the programming they create, I would not have this practice that has so significantly changed the way that I experience the world. Three, he gave us so much incredible art to think about and to enjoy. I mean, the first time I saw Mulholland Drive, I came out of the movie thinking like, what, this is the thing? This is what everyone's so excited about? Pretty weird, confusing movie. The next day, I'm still kind of scoffing at it, but I'm thinking about it a lot. Cut to a week later, my brain is like infected, and all I can do is obsess over every detail and every shot and every wacky thing that happened in that movie, which leads me to the next thing that David Lynch gave me. David gave me the realization that making art is not really about anyone else. It's about you, the creator. It's about taking ideas that come to you and turning them into a reality. No matter how wacky or weird or strange they may seem to anyone else, it's doing it because it's coming from a place of joy and excitement and curiosity. And that's what made him so singular. He would make things because he wanted to make them, not because of anyone else's expectation, not because of anyone else's desires. And that's what art is all about. It's making things that fuel you. It's making things that come alive inside of you that you can then create for the world to see. And it is of no consequence whether other people like it or understand it. I mean, can anyone really tell me they understand what Eraserhead is about? His bizarre ideas and his incredible success proves that those two things are not mutually exclusive. So I choose to remember David Lynch in two ways. The first way will be keeping my own meditation practice strong and trying my best to share the gift of meditation with other people. And secondly, I'll choose to create art and live my life in a way that is unique and singular and unencumbered by what other people think. So if you're still watching, please subscribe below. I'm going to be sharing lots of videos on this channel for tips and tricks and techniques and ways for you to meditate in your daily life that don't get in the way of the things that you love to do, but in fact enhance the things you love to do. So please subscribe, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you on the next one.